Born in 1491 in the Basque region of Spain, Inigo Lopez de Loyola, better known as Saint Ignatius of Loyola, lived a life of pride and valor. A soldier with dreams of glory, his path changed forever during the Battle of Pamplona, where a cannonball shattered his leg and his worldly ambitions. Confined to bed during his long recovery, Ignatius turned to the only books available, the lives of saints and the life of Christ. What began as boredom turned into a deep inner transformation. He began to ask a powerful question: what if I dedicated my life not to kings, but to God? He left behind his old life and began a spiritual journey, spending months in prayer and reflection at Manresa, where the seeds of his great spiritual work, the spiritual exercises, were born. At the sacred monastery of Montserrat, Ignatius made a decision that would change his life and the lives of countless others. He stood before the image of the Blessed Virgin Mary, and in an act of complete surrender, he laid down his sword. In his quest to leave behind the life of pride and vanity, Ignatius made a radical choice. He removed his nobleman's clothes and gave them to a beggar, choosing instead the simple garb of a poor pilgrim. He wandered the roads of Spain and Italy, begging for food, praying in silence, and serving the poor, not for pity, but as a way to imitate Christ. During months of deep reflection in a cave near Manresa, Ignatius experienced moments of intense clarity. He began to write down spiritual insights and meditations that would later become his most powerful legacy, the spiritual exercises, a guide to help others hear God's voice, battle their inner struggles, and find divine purpose. His transformation was not just personal, it was spiritual leadership in its truest form. A life once lived for glory, now offered fully for God's greater glory. In Paris, Ignatius gathered like-minded companions, Francis Xavier, Peter Faber, and others, united by a common vision. In 1540, they received approval from Pope Paul III and founded the Society of Jesus, also known as the Jesuits. Their mission to serve Christ wherever the need was greatest, through education, spiritual formation, and missionary work. Ignatius believed, "Give me a child of 7, and I will show you the man." Today, the Jesuits run over 2,000 educational institutions in more than 100 countries, including some of the world's most prestigious schools and universities. Jesuit education has shaped millions, nurturing critical thinkers, compassionate leaders, and men and women for others. Saint Ignatius died in 1556, but his vision lives on. His life reminds us that even the most wounded souls can find purpose in serving others and in transforming the world through the power of faith and education. The Jesuits continue to inspire generations, all for the greater glory of God.